Hello, I'm Heidi Olson with Heidi Olson Art, and I am going to start a series about the meaning behind my paintings. And I'm going to start, this is a piece if you've been following me, you've seen before. This is called Best of Friends. And there are quite a few different things that go with this. This is a breakthrough piece for me, meaning that I was breaking through finding my own style, breaking through figuring out how to voice what I want to share, what I want to share, which is basically what we call as artists finding your voice. What am I trying to say with my paintings, and where do I want to go with that? So this was an assignment. It was called the Mark Making Assignment with Milan Art Institute. They have you do that. Where you're just using different acrylic markers, pencils, and just having a good time, like just mark making on there. And I saw this picture and I just loved it. And I loved it for various reasons. I loved it because I love the cuddling. I loved it because it was a fox, and there are quite a few things that go with that. The cuddling, my son Archer, he was a cuddle bug. We also called him Bug. He was our Archie bug. He loved to cuddle, and I will share a picture of him right now. When we got to hold him, he was in the NICU for 8 months. When we got to hold him, he just burrow into you, and it was lovely for us and for him to be held. And so anything, you'll see that I do a lot of cuddly pictures, but there's a deeper meaning behind them, just other than them being cuddly. It has to do with him. There's a piece of him in every single painting that I do. There's a little this or that makes me think of him. Then the other thing is, he had this mobile, and I will share like a little video. He had this mobile, and the mobile had a bird. We called him Barry the bird. Had a fox, Freddie the fox, and then it had a hedgehog, but we weren't sure at the time if it was a hedgehog or a porcupine. So it was Perry if Perry decided to be a porcupine, and it was Harry if Harry decided to be a hedgehog. So we let Harry decide to be whatever they wanted to be, because it was just silly and just something fun. So we had those, and he loved his mobile. You would turn it on. One of his nurses, Lazara, had bought it for him, and he would just watch it go round and round. He loved the music. If it stopped and he wanted it to keep going, he would stare at you. He had a trach, so crying didn't happen, but he definitely had his way of communicating. So he just would stare you down. And he did that to quite a few doctors and quite a few nurses that figured out what he wanted. And we would also help them by letting them know what it was. But Freddie the fox was on there, and so you'll find that I'll do a lot of foxes. Have quite a few mock-ups that I are for fox paintings, and then I also do a lot of birds, hedgehogs. I haven't quite found, or porcupines. I'll figure out a way to include them, but I just haven't been able to incorporate them into a mock-up yet. And then the other thing is, I have two brothers. I have my brother Steve, who's 2 years younger than I am, and my brother Ryan, who is 4 years younger than me, but 2 years younger than Steve. And they are just best buddies. And I'll share a picture of them too. So they've been best buddies from the get-go. They're just very, very good friends, very tight, did a lot of things together. And so that's where the name of this comes from, Best of Friends. And also taking off a little bit from the song, but just because these two are the best of friends. So that is the meaning behind this painting. I hope you have enjoyed learning a little bit more about me, a little bit more about my paintings, and stay tuned because there will be more. Thanks so much.